Welcome to another Tea Talk, my 5th Tea Talk video. This one will be about my serial fiction series Come Sunday, which is actually based on the Negro Spiritual Hymn by Mahalia Jackson and Duke Ellington. That's where the title of it comes from. But my serial fiction series, I'm intending, Lord willing, to have 2 seasons. The first season is for the early years, which will be between 1958 through 1962, and pretty much about my character Isaiah Johnson's childhood, growing up in church and his childhood adventures. And then season 2 is the latter years, which is from 63 to 1977, which is pretty much all of his teenage years to his young adulthood in his early to mid-20s. But overall, it's pretty much a storyline about my character Isaiah Johnson and the transformation, the spiritual transformation that he goes through, and how he learns to build a relationship with God. His spiritual journey that led him up to becoming a pastor, pretty much, in the story. But that's pretty much what it's about. Most of the comedy within the series is like during his childhood, but the older that he gets, the storyline does become more serious because he goes through a lot. He suffers a lot of losses in his family and just goes through a lot of different challenging times. The older that he gets, but just as the song Come Sunday talks about, how we can turn to God, during our troubling times, and find comfort and peace through prayer and all those types of things, and him being able to provide for us and all those types of things, is pretty much what the storyline sums up within my fiction series. But each one of the seasons is supposed to have 50 episodes per season, which will give me a total of 100 episodes for the entire series of Come Sunday. But the episodes are supposed to be for my Arthur newsletter, for the ML Bull Books and Blog newsletter, because I'm intending to have 2 of them, an Arthur newsletter and then one for the Risen Halo Book Club newsletter, which thankfully with the help of God I finally figured out the authentication, because I really struggled with that for the book club newsletter. But I finally have everything connected with that. I just have to set up a welcome email and set up my free ebook for those that sign up for it and everything like that. So that's pretty much what I still have to do for that. But I am intending, Lord willing, to have 2 different email newsletters again, and the serial fiction episodes, that one will be specifically for the Arthur newsletter, but I probably will try to connect both of these some type of way, where I invite those who are signed up to the Risen Halo Book Club to actually subscribe for the episodes if they want to or not. And have buttons within the monthly newsletters where they can actually see little excerpts of the episodes or something like that in the book club newsletter. I don't know, but anyways, that's pretty much what I intend to do, Lord willing, for that. My next video, Lord willing, will be for the Pack of Freedom, for the hardback and gloss paperback. Finally doing that unboxing will be one of the next videos, or at least I intend to, Lord willing, be the next video. Maybe after another book 2 video. It might end up being after another book 2 video. I'm not sure as of yet. But I do intend to, Lord willing, finally do that unboxing after this video sometime. But now I'm just going to transition over to my computer screen to just show how I have been planning things for my serial fiction series come Sunday. So this here is my page for my serial fiction series come Sunday. I just made up 2 images here with the titles of the series come Sunday. The purple background theme one is for season 1, the early years, and then the blue theme is for the latter years for season 2. Below that, I just have a little short premise about what each one of the series is about. The first season for the early years is from 1958 to 62 and just focuses on Isaiah's younger childhood in elementary school to the point where he reaches puberty. From 9 to 13 is where that one takes place. And then the second season, the latter years, is from the years of 1963 to 1977 and focuses on Isaiah's teen years during middle and high school from ages 14 to 18 all the way to his young adulthood in his early to mid-20s. I just have some links here for each one of the pages. This is the season 1 page. That's coming up here. And I just have some images here. This represents Ben, Isaiah and his friend Ben here. This is just an image of Isaiah's glove and baseball that he got on his 9th birthday. And this is a picture of his mother, Martha, when she catches Isaiah and Ben in the bar, where they went over to find out about Isaiah's biological father. But below that, I just have an overview and the episode guide. In order to figure out how many episodes per year, all I did was just take the total of 50 episodes and just divided it by the year span from 58 through 62, which is, I think, 5 years, and I just divided that. So for this season 1, there's going to be about 10 episodes per year for this one. So that's how I just set things up for this season 1. I started the first 3 episodes for episode 1 through episode 3. All of those are pretty much set up. This is the first episode here, and I just have an overview, and then I just have a little label here of what the time where the episode takes place in, and then I just dive into the episode after that. But this is pretty much the season 1 page, and the season 2 page, I started setting that one up a little. And this is just Isaiah here when he's 15 and 64. I'm just listening to a record. And this is his mother's tombstone, who unfortunately died when she was 40 in 64. And then this is Isaiah as a young man here, when he finally surrenders to God in the church and prays. But this is the setup for season 2. And I pretty much did the same thing, was just take the total number of 50 episodes and divide it by the year span for this one from 63 to 77. So for this one, there's going to be about 4 episodes per year for this one. And season 2 is going to be a bit longer than season 1. But that's pretty much how I started setting up for that. I have a list of characters here, all of the main characters, and then I have a section here for minor characters. I started adding in a lot of the minor characters in here that have smaller roles. Mr. Leroy Davidson, who's a candy shop owner. He's one of the young men that Ben and Isaiah talk to a lot from time to time. And I just have things pretty simple for the minor characters. I just put their age span, their birth year, the role they play, and then just a character photo, and whether it's a male or female character. That's pretty much what I do for that. But these are just some of them smaller roles. Thelma Woods Davidson, which is Mr. Davidson's fiance and later wife in the story. She makes her first appearance in the 3rd episode of season 1 when they go to the fair. As you can see, because behind her is a Ferris wheel. So that's when she makes her first appearance. This is Isaiah's 3rd grade teacher, Ben and Isaiah's 3rd grade teacher, Miss Carlotta Woods, which is actually Thelma's mother, so that's how those characters connect. Then I have a section for lead families. The Hollingsworth Johnson family, which includes Isaiah and his grandma, his mother, and his 2 aunts. This is Grandma Betsy Hollingsworth, Aunt Betty Jean Hollingsworth, Aunt Suzanne Hollingsworth, Isaiah's mother Martha, and then Isaiah Johnson. And his birth father is Ike Johnson. I probably will make a page or set up a character profile or something for him as well, even though he doesn't make a whole lot of appearances, as he's not really involved in Isaiah's life, so he's probably not going to be showed up too much in the episodes. But I may do an episode when he actually shows up years later when he's a teenager or something. But that's the Hollingsworth and Johnson family. And then this one here is the Savage family, which includes Isaiah's friend Ben here, and his parents and cousin. Luther Savage is Ben's dad. Pamela or Pam Savage is Ben's mom. There's Benjamin or Ben, and then cousin Leon Savage, which stays with them because his family his father was arrested, so that's why he stays and lives with them, and his mother abandoned him pretty much. So that's why he stays with his uncle and aunt here and his cousin Ben. On this side here, I just have research. I showed the 50s already. I also started research on the 1960s. Which I have started setting up here. I still have a lot to fill in, as you can see. But I have started pulling in a lot of different things in here. I've done a lot of research also on Harlem. Right here on this page, as the story is sort of based on Harlem, even though it's a fictional neighborhood of St. Vincent in New York. So here I just have a couple things that I researched about Harlem and the neighborhood, and about the Harlem Renaissance and the Great Migration. And like different well-known places that are within the neighborhood. And just some important figures back in the day, particularly during the 60s. I have research about that as well. As some of the episodes will be based on different historical events during the decade of the 1960s and 50s and so forth. But that's just some research that I did for that. But that's pretty much how I've been planning out my serial fiction series. Alright, that's it for this 5th Tea Talk. Hopefully I'll finish up all of the planning and my research. I think that will help me more to be able to release the episodes quicker for my Arthur newsletter. That's pretty much why I want to try to get all of this out of the way first before I continue going on writing the episodes. But hopefully, Lord willing, I'll get all of that out of the way, and then I can start releasing these episodes monthly, as well as short stories and like different blog posts on my Arthur newsletter. But that is pretty much all that I have for this video, and thank you for watching.